India will fly to Colombo for their T20 World Cup match against Pakistan no matter what. That is the latest update to come out of this India-Pakistan World Cup group match boycott saga, which is not going to end until we get to the 15th of February. I'm afraid India's captain Suryakumar Yadav has confirmed that the team will travel to Sri Lanka for the Pakistan fixture and that the squad's focus is on preparing for the game rather than getting drawn into the wider political noise around it. That message from the Indian camp, it's making it very clear that their job is to turn up, prepare properly in Colombo and be ready to play the match that is on the schedule regardless of what actually happens. From India's point of view, this is about keeping things simple. The team will fly to Colombo as planned, train there and prepare for their matches. The players are not involved in any decision making around boycotts or political positions. Their position is that they're ready to play the game and will travel to the venue where the fixture is scheduled to take place. Pakistan, meanwhile, are already here in Colombo. They arrived in Sri Lanka ahead of their warm-up match against Ireland and their opening match of the tournament on the 7th of February. Their practice match was called off because of heavy rain here in Colombo. It's basically been raining here the entire time since I've arrived. The Pakistan squad has been training though, and they're preparing for the start of the competition. Salman Ali Agha, their captain, has spoken about the excitement within the group about playing in Sri Lanka, the conditions in Colombo and the quality of the pitches. He said that the team is looking forward to playing competitive cricket and believes that there's some exciting matches ahead as part of this tournament. The tone from the Pakistan camp has been one of focus on cricket rather than controversy. The players have been preparing as though the tournament will go ahead as scheduled. Salman has refused to be drawn into any discussion about the India match, suggesting that it's a government decision. They're just there to play the cricket. The messaging publicly has been about preparation, conditions, performance, the country of Sri Lanka, the support that they get in Sri Lanka, rather than engaging in a wider political debate. At the same time, there is a separate conversation happening away from the teams. The ICC and the Pakistan Cricket Board have been engaged in discussions behind the scenes to try and resolve the situation around Pakistan's stated position on the India group match. That position, of course, that they will not take the field against India. The talks have not been conducted in public, but it is understood that the ICC has been seeking clarity from the PCB on its position and how it intends to proceed. There's a lot of speculation about what will happen if Pakistan and India are scheduled to play a knockout match in the tournament, in the semis or the final. Now, the discussions that are happening are important because they indicate that the ICC is actively trying to find a way to manage the situation without it escalating into a formal dispute. The ICC's interest is in ensuring that the tournament runs smoothly, that scheduled matches are fulfilled, and the competition is not disrupted any more than it already has done. See Bangladesh. Anyway, the PCB, on the other hand, is operating under constraints from government instructions, which has added another layer of complexity to what would otherwise be a purely sporting issue. Of course, this isn't the first time politics and cricket have intersected. This isn't even the first World Cup match that's been boycotted. It's happened before many, many times involving England, West Indies, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe. None of those matches, though, was a fixture as valuable from a monetary perspective as India versus Pakistan in a World Cup. I've already done a video about that, so if you haven't already, check it out. The situation as it stands is that India are committed to traveling to Colombo and preparing for that match. Pakistan are already in Colombo, training and preparing for the tournament. The match remains on the official schedule. There's been no formal announcement from the ICC of any change to the fixture, no cancellation, no alteration to the point structure or group standings. What this creates is a slightly unusual scenario where publicly the teams are sort of acting as though the match is going ahead. Well, India are anyway. Administratively and politically, there is still uncertainty about whether Pakistan will ultimately take the field for that specific fixture. The ICC's approach so far appears to be to keep the tournament moving forward as planned while continuing discussions with the PCB in the background. What they can achieve without the permissions of their government, I don't know. There's also an important distinction between what players are saying and what administrators are dealing with. From the players' point of view, both squads are preparing for a World Cup match in Colombo. From the administrators' point of view, there are contractual obligations, political pressures, and potential consequences that are still being worked out as we speak. For fans, well, this has understandably been confusing. On one hand, there are statements about boycotts and government positions. On the other, there are players flying in, training, and talking about the game as though it's going to happen. The only clear and concrete information that we have at this point is that India will be in Colombo, Pakistan are already in Colombo, and the fixture is still listed, as I say, as part of the tournament schedule. Nobody's pulled it yet. I don't know how ticket holders are proceeding as we speak. The practical reality on the ground in Sri Lanka is that preparations are moving ahead as normal. The teams are here or on their way. The venues are ready. The warm-up matches are going ahead, well, as much as they can with the rain here in Colombo. The tournament is about to start. And the high-profile India-Pakistan game that we've been talking about so much recently, it remains in limbo. Will it happen? That remains to be seen. Over the coming days, the focus will be on whether the behind-the-scenes discussions between the ICC and the PCB lead to a clear resolution and whether Pakistan ultimately confirm that they will take the field for the match or not. Until that happens, the only certainty is the tournament itself. Well, we're going to imagine it's going to move forward as it is. For me, being here in Sri Lanka, the sense is that cricket is about to take over. I'll be commentating live on every T20 World Cup match played in Sri Lanka across Palakkale, the Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, the SSC ground, also here in Colombo. If you're listening in the UK, you can hear coverage on the BBC, on Test Match Special, on 5 Live Sports Extra. And if you're elsewhere in the world, you can also follow along on the official English language audio commentary on the ICC app, where you'll hear this guy, at least for all the games in Sri Lanka, including all of the Pakistan matches and maybe even India versus Pakistan. I'll also be posting regular updates about the tournament here and on my other social media channels. Make sure you subscribe and follow and all that stuff to stay up to date. I'll try and share some snippets of the Sri Lankan vibes here as well. As the situation continues to develop, I'll keep you updated. But right now, the story is simple. India are coming to Colombo. Pakistan are already here. The ICC and the PCB are talking, and the World Cup is about to get underway. What do you think will happen next?